Yo, what up, people? This is Trey Animation Station. I'm coming at you one more time with another Hunter x Hunter episode 98 review. The episode opens up with the announcer telling us that the people have requested the Hunters Association to help out with this Chimera ant threat. And then the announcer says, finally, the Hunter Association makes its move. Finally, the Hunter Association makes its move. Maybe lack thereof. The Hunter Association is sitting on their ass in this episode, man. I was really upset about how they're supposed to just sit around and just let people die. I mean, it's not cool, especially when they're doing it right in front of your face and you actually see it happening. It's pretty hard to hold back when you know you got the power to stop something. It's like they say in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibilities. And to hold back right now takes a lot of willpower. All right, let's talk about the other hunters and what they're up to. The ones besides going to Kahlua and how they're handling their assigned duties by Chairman Netero. And first, let me say, when we get the Moro and Naww's little scene and we hear the Chrono theme, I was really psyched because I thought the Phantom Troop was actually making an appearance because they was playing their theme. So I was like, okay, the Phantom Troop is over here, yeah. But then we just get to see a glimpse of Moro and Naww playing politics, trying to instigate basically a global rebellion against East Gorteau by offering one of their top officials a severance package. Okay, you give us this and we'll let you off scot-free of all your crimes. Huh? Is this what the Hunter Association is about? These guys are fighters, man. These guys are warriors. Have someone else handle that shit, man. These guys need to be out there in the field handling shit. And then we get a look at Knuckle and Shoot, and they are tucked away in some tree while the genocide is going on around her. I mean, people, whole towns, whole cities are being destroyed right now, and Knuckles having a hard time actually sitting idly by and being witness to this massacre that's going on around him. And I don't really blame the guy. The whole conversation between Knuckle and Shoot actually reminded me of one Attack on Titan character named Commander Irwin, how he also talks about how he's able to sacrifice a few humans and able to save the whole human race. And that's what this episode kind of reminds me of. It goes back to a quote I know of. It says, "The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few." And this whole episode kind of centered around that theme. Going back to the very beginning of the episode, we see the Lion King out there with his subordinates, and they're just treading through the desert looking all beat up like they just got to a rough battle and stuff. I guess the news interview didn't go so good for the Lion King after he killed the reporter. Yeah, it usually doesn't go that way. And he ends up pleading to one of the Royal Guard members. I can't pronounce his name because his name is really hard to pronounce, but you know what I'm talking about, the butterfly guy. And he ends up with a smirk on his face like he's planning something maliciously. I don't know what he's planning, but if it's going against the king, then hey, I can't knock him for it, because I want the king to go down too. This guy is ruthless. He doesn't have any morals. He doesn't have any sense of right and wrong. Don't like him, and he needs to be stopped, definitely. Switching back to our main characters, we see Gon and Kahlua infiltrating East Gorta undercover, and it was actually pretty easy to infiltrate East Gorta, which Kahlua was surprised about. And he also lays out to Gon what East Gorta is about. And this is the land where snitches get riches. Yeah, you snitch on somebody and you get paid. You snitch on somebody, you get promoted. You snitch on somebody again, and what you get, you become a super snitch. Yeah, don't really like this place. And while Kahlua was actually laying out all this stuff, Gon was going in one ear of Gon and out the other. He has the attention span of a goldfish, I promise you. And the ants are very aggressive at this selection process they started. Basically, they go through the towns and they wipe out most of the citizens around in the surrounding area, and they try to see who is actually worthy of becoming one of the soldiers. So they test them. You know, they do the whole punch test, and if you survive the punch, hey, come on in. You're a member of our society. But if you die, then you're just another casualty in the way to greatness. Kahlua ends up giving Gon two choices: either stay in the shadows as Chairman Netero has recommended, or make some noise and kind of disrupt this whole plan that the Chimera Ants and the King have going on right now. And Kahlua decides to actually handle this mission alone, which I think is a smarter move because Gon is really reckless and Kahlua is aware of that, and he will go out of his way to save people or put himself in harm's way when it isn't the most logical thing to do at the time. And he makes some promise to him that he won't do anything like that, and Gon actually doesn't promise it. So he may actually put himself out there, and we'll probably see that in the next episode. We also see that somebody is spying on Gon and Kahlua at this time, and when it phases out to the King's image, I'm like, oh shit, these guys are in deep shit now because the King is here. And I thought it was really the King that was watching them. But I was like, nah, the King wouldn't even be thinking about this like this, because if the King approached these guys, he would just come at them head on, no reservations, no hesitation. He just wants their in, so he would just come at them head on. And then we find out it's the Chimera guy, which I found out his name is Malarion. So Chameleon Malarion. And he is devising a plan to separate Gon and Kahlua and attack Gon on his own, because he know Kahlua about that life, and Gon, well, he looks like a friendly little kid, so hey, why not approach him? And that's where we actually get the action at towards the end of the episode, with Gon facing off against this Rasta snake muscle motherfucker we've never seen before, who he easily dispenses of. This guy looks like a joke, like he was drawing a mistake and they just threw him in there. And at the end, we see him face off against this bat and this owl type Chimera Ant, and that's where the episode kind of goes to dark. And it looks like this is the way the episode is going to be going on for a little while now. I think they're trying to draw this out, because at first when the Hunter x Hunter first started up, and the 2011 series, they were going pretty fast paced. We were going through, from what I hear, the manga a little fast paced, because I haven't actually read the manga, but at the rate we were going before, it's significantly slowed down, and it may be a while before we actually get to see these matchups, which I'm worried about, because I want to see that. Everybody wants to see that Chairman Netero versus the Ant King, and everybody wants to see Gon and Kahlua versus Neferpito and stuff like that. I want to see those epic battles, and I don't like the fact that they keep on putting them off and putting them off. Let's see them, man. No more filler. This episode could have been skipped. It could have been passed up. And, well, I still enjoyed some parts. No, I didn't. I didn't like this episode. All right, and that's it, guys. I'm gonna stop talking right now. My name is Trey, and if you like what you heard, go ahead and subscribe, fave, and leave a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts about this episode, man. I wasn't a big fan of this one, and I want to hear what other people thought about it. So go ahead and comment below.